This right here is thanks to Akio Watanabe, or maybe you've heard of him under one of his many pseudonyms like Poyon Rock or Puchin Purin or maybe Punipoyo. Well, whether you know him or not, you've most definitely witnessed his influence before, as he's responsible for some of the most recognizable and stylized character designs that you can find in recent memory. For the past 2 years now, I've become unconditionally fascinated by this man, so much so that I consider him one of my favorite people within the anime industry, alongside such figures as Hideaki Anno, Naoki Urasawa, and Hayao Miyazaki, except I don't actually like Miyazaki. Sorry guys, maybe if he walks out on his son's movie premiere again, I'll cut him a little more slack, what can I say? On the surface, you may view Akio Watanabe, who will be referring to by my favorite alias of his, Punipoyo, by his character designs and animation directing roles for series such as Monogatari, Higurashi Go, Grisaya, Popotan, The World God Only Knows, and Starship Girl Yamamoto Yoko. However, there is one very specific aspect of his life that still captivates me to this very day: his Twitter. What could be so special about someone's Twitter, you may be asking? Well, trust me, after having succumbed my eyes to the link that lied before me, I ask myself that very same question every day. To put it in layman's terms, Punipoyo is built different, if you will. You see, Punipoyo has a very specific kink. He, really likes swimsuits. School swimsuits. Japan, unsurprisingly, even has its own unique term for the specific type of swimsuit, known as a tsukumizu. In the last 2 years that I followed Punipoyo's many endeavors, the one defining trait that hasn't stopped, let alone slowed down, is his passion for retweeting, and I mean only retweeting, anime girls in school swimsuits. I can basically guarantee you with 100% certainty that if you were to click off this video, please don't click off, and went to his Twitter, you would find at least one example of this anomaly that I've witnessed. Like, just to put this into perspective for you, there are fans out there who tweet images of swimsuits directly at him, as even the sight of a school swimsuit basically obligates him to reply back. And while I'm on the topic of his replies, I just want to mention real quick that I find it really cute and endearing how after literally every single tweet, he has a little emoticon to better express his feelings. It's gone so far now that he even has an emoticon in his Twitter name, and I absolutely adore his dedication. So much so that you could say it makes me wet? Wait, wet. Perhaps we'll need a school swimsuit to sort this out. While diving into his many works, I found that he's a member of a jujinshi circle known as Pokopi, which according to the description he left for us on Pixiv is centered around Skumizu artist. Wait, what the fuck? While diving into his many works, I found that he's a member of a jujinshi circle known as Pokopi, which according to the description he left for us on Pixiv is centered around Skumizu artists who love school swimsuits, or in other words, is solely comprised of the school swimsuits that he loves so much. He also really likes band-aids, specifically on the left knee or thigh, and just to showcase how much he actually likes these, the logo for Popotan itself uses a fucking band-aid. Like honestly, at this point, I'm just convinced this is just some inside joke or something, cause why the actual fuck is there a band-aid on this girl's stockings? This just makes me wonder, like, how far can one's love for their craft go? I mean, he somehow sneaks these swimsuits and band-aids into basically every anime he's involved with, like you'll notice it if you know what you're looking for, not to mention how in 2006, he made his own figure of Asuka and Rei wearing school swimsuits, and of course, they come with a band-aid. Like, this guy even managed to slip swimsuits into fake Grand Order of all games. Like, please, I just need to know how he keeps getting away with it. Like, next thing you'll know, he'll like release his own hentai or something. Oh. Yes, in 2014, after participating in mainstream successes like Monogatari and The World God Only Knows, he created Pero Teacher, following Milky-chan, who, unsurprisingly, loves school swimsuits, and I'm just gonna stop talking before this video gets age restricted. My anime list lists him as the only staff member for this entire project, and you know, while this might not be entirely accurate, I'm just gonna close my eyes and pretend it is. But you know, even with everything I discovered, for some reason this just still wasn't enough to suffice for me. So I did the only thing I could. I would endeavor into a rabbit hole no sane individual would ever dare by going through his last 10,000 tweets just to find out how many actually have swimsuits. 10,000 might not sound like a lot at first, but trust me, it was way more than I thought, so I lowered it down to 1,000, sorry guys. Just to keep everyone on the same page here, there's a few caveats that we need to keep in mind, being that tweets like his signature Rakuji, roughly translating to rock time or rock o'clock, that he tweets out every morning at 6 AM JST do not include media and therefore cannot be counted towards the final tally of swimsuit versus non-swimsuit images. Many of the images that he himself tweets out also don't include swimsuits, but due to the fact that there are occasions where he does post personal universally drawn Skumizu, I'll still be including them. I'll also be including non-image related media to the final results, so in other words, anything and everything that appears on his timeline is completely fair game. With the basic guidelines now set, I opened Twitter and remembered you can't actually scroll through 1,000 tweets. Yeah, if any of you didn't know, Twitter actually has a threshold that prevents you from scrolling any further than 3,200 tweets down your timeline, except that this is a complete lie because the furthest I could get was like 800. This didn't make much sense to me though, because like the tweets obviously still exist in their database somewhere. Like all you have to do is glance at the countless celebrities who get crucified every day for something they said on Twitter 15 years ago. After a lot of troubleshooting, and by a lot I mean about 5 minutes, I came across a nifty little feature known as advanced search, and basically after typing in the equivalent of a jailburu tag search, I managed to replicate a 1-to-1 match of his timeline thanks to sheer willpower. Except it didn't work. Yeah, not gonna lie, I'm kind of at a complete loss here because after around a week, Twitter just seems to forget what the person has retweeted even after setting the filter specifically to not do that. However, at this point, I was already in too deep. Anything less than 1,000 tweets just didn't feel like enough for me to be able to satisfyingly assure you all that Punipoyo is the cutie I've made him out to be. There was only one final gamble I had left. In all honesty, I was hoping it wasn't gonna reach this point, but considering that my mind was already at rock bottom, I Wayback Machined myself all the way just to reach 1,000 tweets. Like, just for reference, at only around 300 tweets in, I got legitimately worried that I was developing carpal tunnel from the amount of scrolling I had to do, and even considered using my toes to scroll instead. As you see, with Punipoyo, you always have to be on the edge of your feet. Not a swimsuit, you may be saying? Think again. What could be so bad about a normal piece of cake? No, this isn't just any cake. This is Skumizu cake. Aw, what a cute photo he took of himself in Animal Crossing. It's not like he'd find any way to sneak a little something in to throw me off guard. Right? You tried, Punipoyo, you really did, but I didn't let your clever trick slip past my radar, and as you can see by this graph... graph. Through both the Wayback Machine and his native Twitter feed, I've discovered that out of the pool of 1,000 tweets, retweets, etc., 128 or 12.8% of image/video posts were not related to swimsuits. 280 or 28% of his tweets were purely text, which were usually just his everyday Ohio or Raku G posts. And 592 or 59.2% of his tweets involved to any capacity a swimsuit. Holy squid. Punipoyo, I know you're always happy and a total cutie in your tweets, but if you're ever feeling down or just want some help, I'm always here for you, man. You know, I'm starting to think maybe I just have a thing for Skumizu artists in general, considering one of my other favorite illustrators is Renji Murata, who also happens to draw a lot of girls in swimsuits, or maybe this is just the natural course of life for a character designer. I'm not too sure. Hello? Who is this?
Check your notes.
My notes? For what? I've basically covered everything already. What?
You're forgetting something very important.
No, I'm really not. I've talked about like everything already. There's nothing left for me to say.
Look at the back.
The back? Skumizu, yeah, I already know that. Oh my god. Wait. Makoto Shinkai, as in like the critically acclaimed director for Your Name and Weathering with You? The interview? Wait, what interview? Wait. This link is no, this can't be possible. Wait. Well, I guess I'm reporting in on Akio Watanabe himself, and according to this comment by him that he left in an interview, I was supposed to work with Makoto Shinkai. There was a rumor about him wanting to work on Your Name, but in the end, it didn't happen. He is interested in working with me, and so am I. We didn't have the opportunity to yet. If I can leave you with anything to take away from this video, just don't be surprised if Shinkai's next few films get a little more swimsuited to Punipoyo's tastes. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. Let's go, guys. I actually reached 10 minutes for once. It's almost like I extended the outro by like 15 seconds just to reach it. Woo!